I was starting to hear voices in my head. At first, I just thought they were like, thoughts. But then they started talking to me directly. My voices in my head were like, this guy is dangerous. Do not fucking get near him. Run. I was really tempted to just kill that guy. I was born 3 months early. I don't know if it was because of that or because it's just a genetic thing that happens in the family. Like most of my dad's side of the family has like autism and other mental disorders. And one of those mental disorders that runs in the family is schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. I haven't really had that in a while, to be fair with you, but I had it for like 3 years, if I had to take a guess. I was starting to hear voices in my head during that time. And at first, I just thought they were like, thoughts, just like self-doubt and all that shit like that. But then they started talking to me directly. Like, they started to talk to me directly, and I could not take control of the voices. They were very whispery kind of voices, but like what they said to me on a lot of occasions would be to kill myself or figure out like a way to kill myself. Like they would try to like convince me to do things. They were very logical in that kind of sense. I remember when I decided to just take the medication for it, because at one point I almost killed my dad because of it. What would happen is that during a very, very low point in my life, like barely any will to live and barely any will to do anything. When I was in the hospital, my dad told me that he would kill himself if I did kill myself. And the voices kind of took that info and stated, if you kill your dad, then you can kill yourself. Because then you won't leave behind anyone who would do that. For like maybe about a few months, maybe a year, I'm not sure. They just kept trying to be like, yeah, kill your dad, do that, do this, do that, do this. If you do that, like, you do this. And it was like a constant. Like every single day, it would just do that, like over and over and over. Like from waking up to going to bed, like the voices just kept going. It's just there. But like, I don't think medication will help everyone, but the antipsychotic that they gave me was coincidentally the one that worked. It made me stop having those voices in my head for a while. Besides the voices, I've had a couple of auditory and very slightly visual hallucinations. Like I was hearing footsteps like running behind me kind of thing. Or I would hear people like walking in my house that aren't there. Or I would like quote unquote see things out of the corner of my eye that looked like people but aren't people. Like, for instance, I would be, like, in the kitchen or something like that. And, like, in the kitchen that I had at the time, it had, like, a counter. And it was, like, and it leads to the living room, and there's a window in the living room as well, so I could see everything. I were, like, in, like, the kitchen. I was, like, going for the fridge, which was facing away from the counter and window. I would then look back, and I would see people, like, ducking behind the counter or ducking behind the window. Like, just out of sight. It would like freak me the fuck out. And like whenever I was coming home from school or something like that, like walking home, my voices in my head were like, your dad and dog are probably dead right now. And I'd be like, oh shit. And then I'd come home and then like it'll be very dark in the house. And I swear to God that there's always someone in that shadow that I see. But they always disappear when my eyes adjust. I would also like see shadowy figures in like cars at night sometimes, which could be just, basic hallucination of, play of the light and all that stuff like that. But I swear people are there in those cars. And whenever I go take out the trash, I would have to carry like a knife with me because I'm so paranoid of everyone around me. One time in broad daylight, I went to take out the trash, and there was this guy that was in like a wheelchair with no shirt on, which was a real guy. He wasn't a hallucination. But my thoughts, my voices in my head were like, this guy is dangerous. Do not fucking get near him. Run. And like I was really tempted to just kill that guy. Like I was so fucking scared of this particular person for some reason. I don't know why. I've taken medication for it a while back, but I did stop taking it after a while, but it has not returned. So I think it's gone. But the bipolar disorder is probably still there to a certain extent, but I don't know. I can't really perceive it myself. Like other people outside of my perception probably would. It's more of a mood kind of thing. Because like I could be like happy, like very happy, like that, like a manic episode. You can't perceive reality very well. You'll do things like on a whim and shit like that, and then once that is over, you fucking crash down into depression. You just like become it gets terrible, and like mood swings. You sometimes are angry for no reason. You sometimes happy for no reason. It's just it's like mixing everything together with like schizophrenia and bipolar disorder and anxiety and all that shit mixed together. It's just a fucking storm of terrible shit. If you are having an issue like that, seek help. Do not wait. You do not want to live with this for a long period of time. Seek help. Because if you just let it go, then you're gonna fucking suffer.